Can you even fathom the way that this will change the relationships in your life, the way that your connections will deepen, the way people will begin to feel a lot safer around you, meaning that their nervous system is relaxed when they come to you with anything. Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Art of Light Love. My name is Joanna, and on this channel, I want to share with you everything that I have learnt, gone through, experienced, and mastered in the past few years of my spiritual awakening. Those of you who have followed me from the very beginning know that I started this channel in the midst of my spiritual awakening in 2020. I started this channel because I wanted primarily to help people using my own experiences, which is why this channel started out as a channel that was focused solely on mental health, because back in 2020 I was experiencing and had been experiencing for a very long time severe mental health issues when it came to depression, anxiety, OCD, PTSD. And so I wanted to use those experiences to help other people, help you to not feel alone, help you to feel seen, help you to feel heard, and help you to feel supported, giving you techniques, tools, things that I'd learned, ways I'd learned to cope with my mental health, ways that I'd learned how to recognize the signs of impending depressive episodes. And all of those videos are still live. I haven't gone back and deleted anything. I haven't tried to rebrand myself in any way, because I still want to help you, because those experiences are still valid. In fact, I still experience depressive episodes. This isn't my way of saying that I've cured myself of anything mental health wise using spirituality to bypass my emotions. This is me saying that everything that I have experienced is documented on this channel, which is why this channel remains extremely dear to my heart, and is why in the new year especially I want to continue to utilize my experiences to offer my assistance to offer my experiences and the things that I have learned, things I've integrated and incorporated into my being. I want to share them with you. I want to help you. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I look around at this world, which is on fire, I become very disheartened. It can be very easy to fall into pessimistic ways of being, depressive ways of thinking, nihilism. It's very easy to give in to the fear and to the discontent and to the chaos that is happening in this world. It's hard to watch the news. It's hard to even open the TikTok app that I love so much, because I'm always shown things that I would rather not have seen. And yet I have now developed ways within my being, within myself, that help me to process what I need to process, that help me to communicate what I need to communicate, that help me to tap into my authentic self, that help me to tune into my body, this beautiful, sentient, intelligent being that holds me in every way, in every way. Thank you, body. And for those of you who don't know, I have been on a long, about 4 or coming up to 5-year journey now of self-discovery, of diving deep, so deep into myself, into the cataclysmic abysses of my own shadow, of my own darkness. I have scraped and scraped and scraped at the layers of self that lie above myself, my authentic self. And when I say authentic self, I mean the truest version of myself that I know to be true today. And this might change because I'm continuing to scrape. And those on the healing path, you know that there is always another layer. There is always another deepening process just around the other corner. But with each process, with each layer that I scrape away, I find myself closer and closer and closer to who I truly am. And because I know myself now. I know what it feels like to be in alignment. I know what my truths are, my values. I know what I want from this earthly experience and what I don't. And I'm continuing to understand the things that still remain unapparent to me. But I know myself. I'm aligned, which means that when, and not if, but when, when I shift out of alignment, it's very easy to spot and pull myself back in. Sometimes I might go all the way over there for a while to bring myself back in. Sometimes I might just sway gently and then pull myself back. But the most important thing to me is that I do find my way back every single time, no matter how low I dip, no matter how high I go, no matter how ungrounded I get, no matter how far I fall. I always find my way back to my heart center. I always find my way back to my authentic self, always. And this is the beauty of the journey that I've been on. This is why I healed myself, not for anyone else, not to achieve any sort of end goal, not to become enlightened, but to become who I was when I was born, to become who I've always been, beneath the layers. This is who I am now. I know myself to be Joanna. Even though that's just a name for this current incarnation, I embrace this current incarnation. I embrace this body. I embrace who I am. I love myself deeply. And because I love myself, I can choose what I accept in this life and what I will no longer accept. And this is the space that I'm coming to you with when I talk about authentic relating. So, what is authentic relating? Well, first, I'll talk about authentic relating when it comes to the self, and then authentic relating when it comes to other people. So, authentic relation when it comes to the self is understanding and being able to tune into how you feel in any given moment. You are tuning into your body primarily. When I first started going to authentic relating circles, the first thing they would have us do would be to sit in circle or in partners and simply describe what was going on within our body. So one example of this is as goes. So, tuning into the physical sensations in my body and simply naming them. So right now, I'm feeling a stiffness in my right arm that extends from my shoulder all the way down to just behind my elbow, and is leading to some discomfort in my arm. I'm feeling that the right side of my body is a little stiffer than the left side. My shoulder feels a little bit more raised in comparison to my left side. There's an ache in my lower right back, and my ankle feels uncomfortable, so I'm going to shift my weight and how I'm sitting. And this is the very beginning when it comes to tuning into your physical body. It's simply a form of inner perception. Closing your eyes so that your external perception is cut off and tuning in. And in a way, it's a form of meditation, except that you're not trying to silence anything. A really big part of being authentic is accepting and allowing what is. So this means if any thoughts arise, we allow them and we accept them. If we want to, we express them. This means tuning into our body, almost like doing a full body scan and simply expressing what is there. A big part of authentic relating, especially when it comes to the self, is the understanding that everybody, no matter who you are, everybody just wants to be seen, heard, held. That's it. I want to be seen, I want to be heard, and I want to be held. It's the same thing for your body. So the next stage of this authentic relating to your own inner body and self is the expression of what you are coming across inside. And this is before we're even getting into emotions. Because emotions really emotion. It's honestly just energy in motion. A lot of what you're feeling within your body is the stagnancy, the build-up or lack of energy within your physical system. And so the brain sometimes can feel something, like your heart beating a bit too fast. And it creates a story. My heart must be beating because I'm anxious. If I'm anxious, it means I'm afraid. If I'm afraid, it must mean there's something I'm afraid of. But this is on a very basic level how the thought forms go. If you remove the story, what you're left with is energy inside of your body that wants to be expressed. So the stiffness in my shoulder and right arm, it might want to be, and you may have seen this when I first said that I felt a stiff shoulder, my shoulder immediately raised and my arm started to move. Can I just allow my arm, my hand to make whatever motions? Remember, energy in motion. The next level of express beyond movement is sound. And those of you who know me and have followed me for a long time know that one of my core holistic skill sets is in sound healing. And I believe, honestly, that sound is a way of expressing energy. And so, can I give the ache in my shoulder, the resistance in my arm, can I give it a sound? And what would that sound be? It might be something like It could be something like a scream, which I'm not going to do right now. But it doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be the most amazing sound that you've ever made. It could be something that's like a guttural sound. It could be a high-pitched. So we listen, we name, and we express. Because I promise you, if you sat every morning and instead of trying to get your mind to shut up, instead of forcing your body to stay in one position, if instead you sat and for 10 minutes out of your day, you shut your eyes, you listen to what your body wanted to say, and then you express that with motion and sound, you would find a deepening relationship happening between yourself, your body, and your heart space, your inner self. And you would begin to understand your body's signals and signs. You would begin to understand what it feels like when your body is a bit off, when your gut intuition is telling you something isn't right, or when your body is full and expressive. Now, why is this sort of inner relationship important when it comes to our outer relationships? Because it brings a level of emotional maturity and emotional regulation. It allows us to become a lot more conscious and aware of when sensations arise in our body. So that feeling that you get when someone brings an issue to you and your heart starts to beat and you start to tense up, that becomes something you're consciously aware of. So when someone brings you something that creates that reaction within you, you can say, oh, you sharing this with me has caused my heartbeat to go up. It is triggering my nervous system, and I very much appreciate you bringing this to me, but I need to self-regulate before I can respond. And that may sound really robotic and clinical and not realistic, but this is the kind of relating that I now do in my day-to-day life. Because when it becomes a practice, when you prioritize listening to your inner, it begins to bleed out into your outer. As above, so below. As within, so without. These hermetic principles are so important and so true. When you are able to listen to your inner world, it becomes a lot easier to listen to your outer world. When you can express what's within you without pushing it away or without trying to get rid of it. If you can accept and embrace what arises within you, then you are more able to accept what is shown to you from an outer perspective. Authentically relating to other people means communicating with people from an aligned, sovereign state of authenticity. Authenticity being who you truly are. So you're not responding to people from a triggered state, which is a version of you that exists in fight or flight that doesn't represent who you truly are. It means responding to people from this centered space. And it also means being able to listen. A huge, in fact, one of the most important things when it comes to authentically relating to other people is the ability to listen. A lot of people, myself included back in the day, listen with the intention to respond. What that can look like is your friends telling you about a boy who's acting a certain way in their life and causing problems in their relationships. And you want to either offer advice of how you can get him to open up or leave his ass, or you're responding to tell about a similar situation that you're either having or have had with a boy in your life, or a girl, or a they. Whereas active listening means making sure that you are present. You are 100% present, not only with what is happening within your physical body, what sensations are arising, what is moving within you, but you are 100% present with the person who's in front of you and what they're saying. It means listening without formulating a response whilst they are talking. It means fully accepting what they are saying in the space. And it means pausing once they have finished speaking to fully take the time to A, integrate, and B, decide how to respond. Deciding how to respond, in my case, usually looks like reflecting what they have just said to me, to highlight to them that I have heard them, and also to make sure that I have understood them. Because I may have heard them, but I may not have understood what they were saying. And by reflecting what has been said to you, they can then confirm or dispute what you have understood from their words. And let me tell you, the amount of situations and challenges this has avoided for me. The amount of times I've said, I'm reflecting this back to you. Have I understood this correctly? And they've gone, no, actually, I didn't mean that. I meant like this. And then they've further explained themselves, giving me a better holistic understanding and picture of what they were trying to convey. Whereas before, I would have answered them from the space of thinking I understood what they said, making them feel unheard, ununderstood, and creating disconnection between you. These are the nuanced ways that authentic relating leads to deeper connection. Because remember what I said at the beginning, most people, in fact, let's just say all people, unless you're a psychopath, just want to be heard, seen, and understood. And if in your conversations with the people in your life, you can show them that you see them, you hear them, and you understand them, can you even fathom the way that this will change the relationships in your life, the way that your connections will deepen, the way people will begin to feel a lot safer around you, meaning that their nervous system is relaxed when they come to you with anything, because yours is. They're mirroring you. You are mirroring them. Communication and conversation is about this connection. As soon as someone stands in front of you, a connection is formed. And this connection can either be immediately disturbed and broken or deepened by how you respond to the conversation. And sometimes the response needs to be, I'm sorry, I hear what you're saying, I see you, I understand what you're bringing to me, but I cannot respond from the way that this makes me feel right now. I cannot respond to you when you're in this state. And so I'm choosing to lovingly remove myself from the conversation, either because I am in such a triggered state that I am now out of my authenticity and in fight or flight, or because I feel like I don't have the capacity to hold space for what you're bringing to me right now. And these buzzwords, authenticity, holding space, triggered, they are all things that I will explore in depth in the program that I'm bringing I'm birthing into the world in the beginning of January. It's a program called Heart Threads, and I'm inviting 6 women to step into their sovereignty and authenticity with me on a 6-week journey into the abyss of self. And in this space, I will teach the ways in which I authentically relate to myself and authentically relate to others using real life experiences, real life techniques that I have been shown and taught and learned and developed, and diving deeper into these buzzwords, diving deeper into what it means to truly hold space. Because really, when it comes to authentic relating, holding space is the whole point. If I had to just summarize everything that I had just said, it would be that authentic relating is the art of holding space for yourself and holding space for others, creating safe spaces for people to be vulnerable in their intimate expression of their innate truth. And it is something that, if you haven't figured out by now, I'm so passionate about. And I would love if you are a woman, because for now I'm just going to hold this space for women. No shade to my brothers, I love you, but this container that I want to create is for women only. I'm sure that I will do something for brothers and mixed spaces in the future. But if you are a woman watching this video and you are piqued in interest in understanding what authentic relating is on a deeper level, how to hold space for yourself and how to hold space for others, then please reach out to me. So the links that I've put down below are the links to the detailed information booklet about this program, because I could go into it in detail as to what it is. And in fact, I'll put in this bar at the top a video that I've already put out detailing what I've created and why. If you want to read it for yourself, then I'm putting down in the links below a link to my Google Doc, which contains 3 things. It contains the detailed information packlet, that's a word now, that I have created for this entire program, going into detail as to what it is, what it involves, what you'll gain out of it, and who it's for, as well as the pricing, packages, and payment plans. FYI, it's early bird pricing until the 3rd of January. So if you sign up and are accepted before the 3rd of January, you will receive early bird pricing. The second thing it contains is another info doc that I've put on my Instagram page. If you would rather view that on my Instagram, I'll put my Instagram down below. It is Joyanna_42, JOYANNA_42. And the third thing that this doc link down below contains is the application form. So the reason I'm making this an application process and not just accepting everyone who comes is because I understand that creating a safe space means creating a space where everyone within that space is committed, dedicated, honest with themselves, and really wants to deepen in relationship with self and others. I want to make sure as well that this program is for you, because it might not be, and that's okay. And so once you've sent in the application, I will then have a free 30-minute consultation with you. So you don't have to, by applying, you are not committing to anything. All you're saying to me is that you are interested, and here's why. And then we'll have a 30-minute call where you get to feel my energy, you get to speak to me, ask me any questions. I get to feel your energy, speak to you, ask you any questions. And through that process and from that video, we can both come to a mutual decision about what is best for you moving forwards. I also offer one-to-one coaching, so that might be something that is also preferred. If you would rather just be witnessed and held by me, that is also something that I'm offering. And so the links for that are down below, my Instagram's down below. And yeah, this has been a really nice reintroduction back into YouTube for me, reminding me of why I love sitting in front of the camera and talking to you guys. And I really hope, like I've said so many times before, that I continue to do this consistently. And I'm so grateful for those of you who have been here with me from day dot. I really am so grateful for all of your support, all of you who've subscribed, all of you who like and comment this content so that it gets boosted by the algorithm. It's in my heart, like I've said, it's really in my chest to be of service next year. Like, I have been through now this purge, this deep journey inwards, and I have found so many nuggets of gold that I just want to be able to share with everybody. And so 2025 is going to be a big year for me in terms of service, giving back to this community. I'm so grateful for all of you who support me on this channel, and for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time. Thank you. You are welcome in your entirety, and I will see you next time.